I know that a lot of people are kind of taking a break from politics right now, and rightfully so. I've even stepped back a little bit because, man, the last election was intense, and leading up to the election was even more intense. I mean, we always have like a hectic couple of months leading up to the election, but it seemed like the last 4 years was like just one big political campaign. It seemed like the last 4 years was just everyone kind of on edge waiting for 2024. So I understand that everyone's taking a breath right now. A lot of people are over Joe Biden and the current administration. They don't want to see them. They don't want anything to do with them. But I will tell you this. I've been, paying somewhat, a little bit of attention because I kind of have to. This is what I do. And Joe Biden has been kind of entertaining whenever he does pop up, which is not often. Now, I was absolutely disgusted when he popped up yesterday, giving out the Medal of Freedom to Hillary Clinton and George Soros. But every now and then he pops up and it's kind of entertaining because you can tell he's kind of angry. He's kind of bitter. He's kind of snappy. Like when he's not fully out of it. Like when he's got some life in his system a little bit. When they catch him at the right time, maybe he just had a cup of coffee, I don't know. But he's dropping these little golden moments of pure like angry grandpa type stuff. And I mean, it's not necessarily a good look, but it's also kind of funny. I mean, I'm sorry. The world is so crazy. I got to get my laughs where I can get them. And yeah, I laugh at Joe Biden all the time. Not because he's a comedian, not because he's telling great jokes or anything. I laugh at Trump for different reasons. Because Trump says things that are funny intentionally. Joe Biden is unintentionally funny. He reminds me of like a dementia-ridden kind of angry, mean old geezer. And, I've been around a lot of people like that in my lifetime, and I can kind of appreciate people like that at times as well. But I want to go ahead and roll this clip because Joe Biden snapped today. They asked him how he felt about, I guess, like being like the oldest president in office or something along those lines. And here's what he had to say.
My being the oldest president, I know more world leaders than any one of you ever met in your whole goddamn life.
I mean, he's not really lying. I mean, he's kind of telling the truth for once, right? And look, I know that people are fed up with this guy. You guys know I am no fan of Joe Biden. But there are many versions of Joe Biden, right? Every now and then he looks different. Every now and then he acts different. Sometimes he acts more aware than other times. And all I'm saying is this. If I have to pick a version of Joe Biden to be my president, I want the snappy old man version as opposed to the guy who's kind of like, not knowing how to get off stage. As opposed to the guy who's kind of slurring and mumbling through his words, forgetting what he's talking about in the middle of a sentence, right? Instead of like the halfway dead Joe Biden, I want the snarky, snappy, mean old man grandpa Joe Biden. I don't like either version. I don't like the guy at all. But if I gotta pick, this is the version I'm picking. And I think it's sad that we're getting this version of Joe Biden as he's stepping out. Like, I would have rather have had this. Like, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, if I had to choose, I would choose this over the man who's like falling asleep at the wheel, stumbling around. At the very least, this is kind of a snappy, I'm not going to say sharp, but he seems a little more sharper than when he's stumbling off stage, right? But yeah, I mean, hey, like I said earlier, you got to get your laughs where you can get them. Right now, we're headed into some very interesting times. We got January 6th. I'm sure they're going to try to make a big deal about that. And of course, the inauguration is coming up, and I don't know how to feel about it, y'all. With all this other stuff that's going on, all of these random attacks, the drones flying all around, and I talk about that on my main channel, Cinema Shogun, but there's a lot going on in America right now, and I'm just hoping that nothing goes down at the inauguration, but let's be honest, it looks like something might go down. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.